The financial district, a concrete jungle at dusk, hummed with an uneasy vitality as I stood before a nondescript building, my hands trembling around a fading envelope. In it lay the echo of our love condensed into a stack of weathered letters, the flickered above, casting an eerie dance of shadows on the pavement. "William," a familiar voice rang out, and I turned to find Susan, my wife, her eyes brimming with a mixture of sorrow and defiance. We had been doctors together, saving lives while our own lay in ruins. The shared home we had built now stood as a symbol of a marriage crumbling into dust. "Susan," I began, but the words caught in my throat like an unwelcome intruder. "I didn't come here to fight," I continued, forcing the words out. The silence that followed was dense and heavy, filled with the weight of years spent together, dreams shattered, and a future that loomed uncertain. The taste of cold coffee lingered on my tongue, bitter as the reality we faced. "I'm not here to fight either," Susan said softly, her voice barely audible above the city's rhythmic heartbeat. "But I can't ignore what's happened." The stakes were high and clear. Our home, our savings, our daughter, who had grown up in these walls, unaware of the storm brewing overhead. We were navigating treacherous waters, and every move counted. Our friends and family watched from the sidelines, their opinions weighing heavily on us. My brother, a lawyer, offered advice steeped in cynicism, while Susan's best friend whispered reassurances of support. Yet they all failed to understand the intricacies of our love, the tangled web we had woven together over decades. As I reread the letters, the flickering casting shifting shadows on the words, I felt a bittersweet pang in my chest. Memories flooded back, both joyous and painful, reminding me of all we had been and all that was slipping away. Yet amidst the despair there was hope. A glimmer of light pierced through the darkness, offering a path forward. We were broken, yes, but not beyond repair. And so, with trembling hands and heavy hearts, we began to rebuild. The journey would be long and arduous, but it was one we must take, for ourselves, and for the love that still flickered faintly between us. As I stepped back into the night, I couldn't help but feel a sense of foreboding, knowing that the battles ahead would test us in ways we never thought possible. But I also felt a spark of determination, a desire to fight for what we had once shared and for what deserved, a stable home filled with love and laughter. And so, as the city slept, I vowed to face the storm head-on, clinging to fading memories and hoping against hope that one day, our love would shine bright once more. The financial district lay shrouded in a pre-dawn hush, its steel and glass towers standing like silent sentinels over the slumbering city. I found myself on familiar grounds, my heart heavy as I approached our shared home, the echoes of our love still lingering within its walls. The sun had yet to awaken, but the city's pulse was already palpable, a constant drumbeat that seemed to drive me forward. The bitterness of yesterday's coffee had given way to a steaming cup of strong espresso, its robust aroma serving as a jolt of adrenaline. I needed it, for the day ahead would be fraught with challenges, both personal and professional. I entered our home, the silence deafening, and ascended to my study. The walls were lined with books, remnants of years spent in pursuit of knowledge and wisdom. Today, though, they served as a stark reminder of the chasm that now separated us. Susan's presence was everywhere, in the worn armchair, the laughter-stained paintings, the scent of her perfume still clinging to the air. I found myself drawn to these relics of our past, each one a testament to a love that had once been unyielding. As I sat down at my desk, I couldn't help but reread our letters, the words etched in my memory yet still powerful enough to move me to tears. The pain was raw and overwhelming, but so too was the love that coursed through their pages like veins of molten gold. I closed my eyes, allowing the memories to wash over me, each one a fleeting glimpse into a time when we had been inseparable. I remembered our first dance, her laughter ringing like a song, the way her eyes sparkled with love as she looked at me. I remembered our vows, the promises we had made to stand by each other through thick and thin. And then, just as quickly as they had come, the memories were gone, leaving behind only the echoes of what once was. I opened my eyes, my heart heavy with the weight of our past and the uncertainty of our future. The days that followed were a blur. Meetings with lawyers, discussions with Susan, and endless nights spent staring into the void as slept peacefully in her room. Our friends and family continued to offer their support, their words of encouragement serving as beacons of hope amidst the storm. One day, as I sat alone in our home, going over financial statements and divorce papers, my phone rang. It was Susan, her voice crackling through the speaker. "William," she said, "I think we need to talk." The words hung in the air between us, heavy with implication. My heart raced as I prepared myself for what was to come, knowing that this conversation would shape our future. Hence, as we spoke, it became clear that we had reached an impasse, our differences too great to overcome. The pain of this realization was almost unbearable, but I knew that we could not continue on the path we were on. We needed to find a way forward for ourselves and for. And so, as the sun set over our city once more, we came to an agreement, one that would allow us both to move on while ensuring that its future was secure. It wasn't the life we had envisioned, but it was a step towards healing, towards rebuilding the shattered fragments of our love. As I stood at the window, watching the city lights twinkle like stars against the night sky, I felt a strange sense of peace wash over me. The battle was over, and though the wounds would take time to heal, we had found a way forward. In the days that followed, our home was filled with the sounds of change, movers packing up our belongings, laughter echoing from rooms once filled with tears. And yet, amidst the chaos, there was a sense of closure, a knowledge that we had faced the storm together and come out the other side, stronger for it. I stood in our empty study, my eyes scanning the familiar walls as I took one last look around. The echoes of our love still lingered here, a testament to a bond that could not be broken, not entirely. As I walked away from our home, the bitterness of yesterday's coffee replaced by a newfound hope, I couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. We had fought for what we loved, and though our marriage may have crumbled, our love remained. And perhaps one day it would shine bright once more.